This is the first ever time where I'm going to do some crazy shit. Between April 18th and April 20th of this year, which is exactly the same dates as what happened last year, for 3 days straight, I'm lighting these motherfucking candles. And it's going to stay like that for the next 3 days, between those days too.
Over the hills and far away. Golden Gates has come to play.
I like sitting in the dark with no lights on. It brings out my inner dark side of traversing to hell. It's like Isaac Newton before he discovered electricity. I gotta take a piss.
Leave the lights off! Turn the fucking lights off!
The hell? The fuck is that? The hell? I'll deal with this when I come back from the bathroom.
20 minutes later.
Done going to the bathroom. You were not facing towards the bathroom before. What the fuck? Okay, maybe you know what? I should turn the hallway light off since it... You know what? Why did you come on in? Man, look at this. I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning preparing all of my lunches for my work week this week. When we're almost on the 1 year anniversary of an old friend passing on. Man. And honestly, I'm going to say this. I don't even regret giving thousands of dollars to the venue in California. If it means that it was going to help them out of a struggling situation and not myself, then I wanted nothing but the best for that event. And I still do. I still did. I still do want the best for that event even a year later. There's one thing that your event held. And no matter how much hatred you had received, you treated me more than just an attendee. You treated me like a piece of family. And that's one thing I will never be able to erase. Even a year later, I go to bed sometimes and I start seeing visions of the fucking Regency SFO, knowing that someday I'll be able to return when I'm not paying off some fucking assholes in this state. Knowing that someday I'm going to take a personal mission to go back out there. I treated you more than just an event. I treated you like a piece of my family and like my own kids if I ever had any. I tried so fucking hard a year ago. I tried so fucking hard to hope that you would see a brighter future someday. I tried so hard for you, old friend. I tried everything a loving non-member could do. I tried so hard. We're going to be bringing an old friend to the venue. Well, We made it through security at Seattle to I can't speak, but we made it through security at Seattle Tacoma. And this has been a really upsetting year, dude. It's just not fucking fair. It's just not fucking fair.
I feel like I've fallen down a flight of fucking stairs since the event last year. Put on a few pounds, became a drug addict, even though I'm not a drug abuser and I don't do meth or crack or any of that other bullshit. Like, I get people hated this event and people had problems with this event or got banned from this event, but these guys looked out for me even when that stupid clown fucking Twitch streamer from West Virginia decided to produce a second video condoning more harassment with people talking about slitting my throat and beating my ass. These motherfuckers and myself, we were like tight-knit friendships and tight-knit family and community. Like, it was like after the concert lead had gotten fired last year that people had more of a problem. People fucking hated this event, but you know what? They always looked out for a homie. And they still do today. Like, out of all the 7 conventions that I've been to, I've never been to an event before where they're like, hey, we can't do the final year without you being there. We want you to take home the better goods. We want you to be there at the VIP tables, the wedding receptions, the staff member parties, all that.
Holy fucking hell. This is like that scene from Little Nicky. Is it Dad's birthday?
Is it Dad's birthday?
Eat shit, die, troll.
I've never been to an event where they legitimately gave a fuck.
I think a little bit of explanation we had. We had a group of people that did an amazing job and a motivational force that truly inspired us and moved us to do some really awesome things. Where's my man Herbie at?
Right here!
My man Herbie!
And I couldn't turn down the invitation. I said, you know what? I'm gonna see what I can do, and I'm gonna get my ass back out there. Like, I just feel like my importance in this community isn't shit anymore. Like, it just feels like everybody I once knew just started becoming more distant. Like, all those people I used to affiliate with, like, a year ago don't want shit to deal with me anymore. This other event is, like, very foreign, and these people look at me like some fucking Mars Needs Moms type Disney-ass film. And I look like shit just looking through a fucking webcam. Like, I could have sworn that I looked like I'd seen better days. Which, even a year later, I got some ideas. Because this event treated me more than just an attendee, they treated me like a piece of their life. Check this out. In honor of it being already past a year since the first ever convention that I had cried for 4 days straight. This is the first ever time where I'm going to do some crazy shit. Between April 18th and April 20th of this year, which is exactly the same dates as what happened last year, for 3 days straight, I'm lighting these motherfucking candles. And it's gonna stay like that for the next 3 days, between those days too.
I mean, just take a look all around this place. A small ass place that I come home from work in, I sleep in, I do my projects in, you know, all kinds of other stuff in, being turned into a small ass little museum for an event unlike any other. You know what? I will say a positive though. Someday, things will feel equally right to what I lost a year ago. Someday. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying that as a sign of full respect. Because I feel like we're getting somewhere. I can't say for certain that I can call this second event home yet. But we're getting somewhere. And at least somewhere is better than nowhere. It's just so hard to believe it's already been a year. You know, someday we'll get there, friend. Someday we'll get there. Not saying all the recognition. I'm just saying someday things will feel right and feel more comfortable where I can address this event as a second home. But unfortunately, I'm not ready to call it that yet. It was either between all the hillbilly ass people in Texas, all the Trump supporter motherfuckers, or go somewhere where a lot of people would recommend me to go and have been supportive, even in a time of hardship. And I chose somewhere else in a time of hardship. Someday we'll get there. One more thing before I end the video. Usually once per year, I bring Golden Gates out of the house and I take her with me to these events. I don't do it to be disrespectful. I do it because, one, the people at BABSCon, despite the hatred they had received, they had cared so genuinely about my safety and my well-being, and they treated me like a piece of their family, unlike any other events that I had ever been to. And it was actually Zemming's decision last year, or the year before, when they announced the final year in 2024, that he wanted me to take home a top package. And this is the vice chair we're talking about of Bay Area. And I could have just turned him down and walked away, but I did take up his request, even though so many people hated him and thought he was a bad person. I still took up his request because it was the right thing to do. And you know, a lot of people poked fun at me for doing it. But you know what? It wasn't my decision. It was the right thing to do for the staff members at BABSCon. They wanted me to be there. They were supportive of everything I had tried to do for the event. And I wanted to do them a favor right back. If Zemming wanted me to take home a top package, I was going to do that. And I did. The second thing is, Bay Area had been struggling with finances since early 2023. And of course we had a rough year a year prior when they announced a massive $50,000 financial situation, and I really wanted to help. I returned for my first ever time in 2024 to the venue in California. And I heard about the bad news a year prior when I was in Seattle. And the first thing I wanted to do was to throw down as much money as possible away from the corrupt cops, the fucked up mechanics, the drug addicts, the child abusers, the fucking meth addicts, the cocaine sniffing ass people in this state, and give it to a struggling venue that needed the help. Funny is, the same year that I had heard about the financial situation that was happening at Bay Area, my job was involved in an active shooting where this dumbass 19-year-old kid used a stolen firearm, shot himself, killed somebody, and then when he shot himself, he tried to play the victim card and then tried to plead not guilty in a courtroom despite discharging a stolen firearm and killing somebody, in which the judge found him guilty of 20 years in prison with another 17 years to go. You think I want to fucking deal with that shit when I can be giving that money to some non-profit organization that really needed all the help right now? Third reason is, and I know a lot of people saw her at Everfree Northwest 2025, she's actually going to be coming with me again this year. And I don't want to seem it to be disrespectful to those at Everfree Northwest, but me and Goldie, we shared such a memorable time together during when our time was short in California last year. And I want to keep that love going despite the event being gone. I mean, I still keep in contact with the former organizers of this event. Even to this day, we still have a very tight-knit relationship. And I even told the founder recently that one of her creations that she made over 12 years ago is still one of my personal favorites today, even a year later after the event is gone. And she said, and I quote, that she does not have a problem with me considering one of her creations as a personal favorite. So not only was I trying to be supportive for this event, but I truly gave a fuck about this event. And I wanted nothing but the best for this event. And you know, a lot of people can crack jokes about me throwing down thousands of dollars, but I wanted nothing but the best. And I also wanted an event to stay open, so everybody in California had an event to go to. And here it is, almost a few more weeks until the 1-year anniversary passing of the event. And even a year later, it still breaks me on the inside to know that an event I once cared about is forever gone.